This is PrepTest 157, Section 4, Passage 4. It's about software and whether it deserves patent protection on top of copyright. I would call this one a low to medium difficulty because the argument's clean, but paragraph 2 has a trick in it that catches people. And if you miss it, you're going to answer confidently and still get questions wrong. Now, this one is a law passage. It is a straight teardown. The author's position is pretty simple. Copyright is enough. Patents should not apply to software. Done. But the passage is difficult because of how the author gets to that conclusion. Now, the passage is not asking whether software deserves legal protection. Everyone in the passage already agrees that it does. The fight is only about what kind of protection. And if you walk away thinking the author is against protecting software developers, you've read a different passage. Paragraph 1 here is pure setup. Read it at a normal speed and keep moving. It gives you the problem everybody agrees on. Copycats can clone your software, sell it cheaper, and wipe out your incentive to innovate. And copyright handles most of this. But then, right at the end, some commentators float the idea that patents are needed too. That is the claim the author is about to destroy. Your only job in paragraph 1 is to notice that the debate hasn't been narrowed before it even starts. Protection is not the question, the type of protection is. Then paragraph 2 is where you slow way down. This paragraph matters the most. It opens with a definition. An algorithm is a series of steps a computer follows to do a task. Fine. Then the pro-patent argument gets its moment. The logic goes like this. Encoding an algorithm is basically designing a process. Process designs are patentable, and so software should be also. And the passage gives you a real example, a new way of triggering chemical reactions. That's a process. It can be patented. Sounds pretty good, right? And that is the trap, because the author then immediately pulls the rug out. For a design to qualify as a patent, it's got to be a genuine invention, not a basic principle or a law of nature. And the windmill example makes the line sharp. You can patent a clever windmill design, but you cannot patent the concept that wind generates energy. Now, here's where the author sticks the landing. Algorithms, the author says, are on the wrong side of that line. They are generic principles. They are closer to saying wind makes energy than to a specific windmill blueprint, and so they fail the test. Now, what makes this paragraph dangerous is that it runs two competing comparisons side by side. The pro-patent side says algorithms are like process designs. The author says they're like laws of nature. Both use the same logical structure, and both sound reasonable in the moment. But the author picks a winner, and it's not subtle. If you read too fast through paragraph 2, you might think the passage is presenting a balanced debate, but it's not. The author has already made up their mind before paragraph 3 even starts. Paragraph 3, you could speed up there, it's just reinforcement. The author explains why copyright is the better fit. Software is expression. It is specific code written in a specific way, and that is copyright territory. Patents protect underlying designs, even ones that never get built. But the author's point is that software's value lives in its form, not in the abstract idea behind it. And the kicker is that last line. You'd only need small tweaks to copyright law that exists already. So the author's saying the solution's already there, we've just got to adjust it a little bit. Now, here is the key move. The entire argument turns on a single analogy contest in paragraph 2. Are algorithms like patentable processes? Or are they like unpatentable natural principles? The author picks the second comparison and builds the rest of the passage on it. Now, the hardest questions are going to test whether you know which side of that line the author puts algorithms on and why. And the author's got a pretty firm stance here. It's not aggressive, but they are certain in their opinion. Copyright works, patents overreach. Now, the trap most students fall into is treating paragraph 2 as neutral. It gives the pro-patent argument a fair hearing, sure, but it also dismantles it in the same paragraph. If you mark paragraph 2 as both sides in your head, you're going to drift toward wrong answers that make the author sound more open-minded than they actually are. Now, before you go to the questions, check yourself on 3 things. First, why does the author put algorithms in the same category as laws of nature instead of process designs? Second, what is the difference between what patents cover and what copyright covers, according to this passage? And third, why does the author think the fix is easy?